and the geezer's eye was out his head, hanging on his cheek.
Wow.
And it was only 3 punches.
Oh, you see, she's questioning. Look at his face now, because she's questioning what he's saying. Let's just rewind a little bit there and see that reaction again.
Now, non-existent cheekbone. Is that the truth, Tony? And there you go.
He does look young for his age, you know. If he was 74, that is. Anyway, hope you're all well, all fit and all healthy. Thanks everybody who subscribed. Love you all to bits. Now then, I've had a think. I've been thinking. Not too hard, though. And, you know, anybody who puts themselves on YouTube, social media, you know, out there, they're up for scrutiny. They're up for people, you know, giving comments. They're up there for anybody to critique, if you like. So when somebody says, don't mention people's families or wives, that's fair dues. If they're out there in the background, because they're not, they don't deserve that. But if you're going to put yourself on camera, you're open to scrutiny. Simple as that. Anyway, I want to have a look, talking of that, but I want to have a look at Danny G and Toni. More Toni than Danny. Now, I've got to show you this. Wow, this made me laugh so much. We talk about Danny and Toni being dysfunctional. Well, in this one, they're in a world of their own. They're totally in a world of their own. Anyway, watch this. Watch Toni's face.
No matter where, we're always really firm, yeah? Now, if I bring it up to my waist, and you see what my waist is doing, so when I throw a jab, you can't twist with a jab, right? So from here...
She is totally disinterested in any of this. Absolutely disinterested. He's got this blaring music out. She's sat there in a dressing gown and she hasn't interest in the world. And Danny's trying to act like he's some kind of teacher, some Steven Seagal instructor.
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like, yeah? That's with me jumping into it, right? But with a jab...
She's just looking round and she's totally oblivious to all this, isn't she?
I'm adding that forward momentum to provide power, because you provide power with twist in the hips, right? This is what provides the power. If I want to hit somebody with a really meaty right hook, yeah, I want to throw my body weight that way, through the target, straight through it. So I want to throw it that way.
She needs a medal for this. She needs a medal. How on earth is she sat there listening to this? Eh? You know, sweet, that was my wife. She'd turn round, turn music off and say, "What you doing, you dickhead?"
If I want to throw a left hook, I want to throw my body weight that way. Yeah? If I want to throw a really good right meaty right hand, I want to throw my body weight forward. So it wants to go that way. That way. That way. That way. Yeah? That's what I'm trying to do when you're going to throw a punch.
She's no interest whatsoever.
Uppercuts are a little bit different, because with uppercuts, I actually want to come up and through the target. So my hips dip a little bit, and then I come up and through. Up and through. Up and through. With my left one, up and through. Right one, up and through. Left one, up and through. Right one, up and through. That's...
Well, you know, Danny thinks is teaching people stuff there. He thinks people are watching him, because that's important to Danny. They're watching him. Anyway, if you didn't spot Toni in the background there being totally oblivious to everything, I wonder what they talked about when he sat back down. Wow, by heck. And you say Danny G isn't funny. Anyway, that clip comes from Mr. Clip on YouTube, a great little channel. He's got some great stuff on Danny G. Please go over and subscribe to him. And thank you to Mr. Clip for that one. And this one, Danny's had a drink or two. And Toni's questioning. She's not agreeing like he expects. Watch his face, because he looks doubtful. You know, he's like, a little bit of panic there.
Tony sent me, it's not a fight, bro. It's destructive. Have you seen me smash somebody? Yes. Yes, you have once.
He didn't like that, did he? Yes, you have once. Not the answer you were supposed to give, Toni.
How quick was that, babe? It was 3 punches.
You see, he asks her and then he answers.
And the geezer's eye was out his head, hanging on his cheek.
Wow.
And it was only 3 punches.
Oh, you see, she's questioning it. Look at his face now, because she's questioning what he's saying. He doesn't like it.
I saw that one. No, that's your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well, that was deserved.
That was deserved. He's taking somebody's eye out and it's hanging on the cheek, and it's deserved. What deserves that kind of treatment if it happened? Which we very much doubt it, don't we?
We was out. I'll tell you why. Listen, you would think that was your brother. Oh, why would you do that, Danny, to Tony's brother?
Now here's Toni sat on the settee in a dressing gown with a phone, all settled for the night, and she's having to listen to Danny. Now it's about body language, is this? Let's watch Toni's body language as Danny has a rant.
We had some people come to the door thinking our son had robbed a quad, which he hadn't. The quad was not in the back garden or nothing, yeah? These geezers were all whamstead heads, right? One of them was a convicted rapist, yeah?
Right. Well, I was just going to say she's paying attention, but she's gone to her phone now. But she did pay attention a little bit there.
Right? Whamstead heads, like 5, 6 geezers, yeah? Big stead heads, right? They were saying, rah, rah, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Everything I've said on camera, have I said anything that is lies? Have I just said the truth, everything you've heard me talk on camera? So yeah, I'll tell you a story now that involved Toni, yeah, that actually involved her. She didn't witness it, she was involved in it. We went out clubbing.
She's more interested in her phone, Danny. But carry on.
Me, Toni and loads of people, right? And me and Toni was dancing on a stool, right? But the stool led down onto the dance floor. It was like 2 steps down, wore it? But it was a decent drop, wore it? And our stool was...
What she's doing there is subconsciously she's listening to him. She's more interested in her phone, to be honest.
Right against those steps. Toni started grinding on me, and we both fell backwards down the steps off the stool. But I don't know what happened in the air, but we ended up twisting round, and I landed on top of Toni, and I broke Toni's collarbone. Look, I was big then.
She's not interested. She's probably looking at the TV, looking at her phone, and I think she knows that these stories are fabricated. That's just an honest opinion.
And I was massive, and that impact of Toni hitting the ground and me landing on top of her broke her collarbone. Did it not, Toni? Broke it clean. So we got out the
See, it was very delicate yes there. There were no definite, were there?
club. We got into fucking taxis to take her to the hospital, yeah? And somebody in our group was in the taxi leaning all over Toni's shoulder.
She's thinking about the event when it happened.
She was screaming in pain, right? She got a broken collarbone, and this cunt is leaning all over her shoulder, right? Am I lying, Toni? Yeah?
He's not going to wait for an answer.
Right, so I said, get
And she's not answering.
off her. Fuck.
The eyebrows went up. That's a little bit of surprise, because it's first time she's heard that said for her.
Fucking get off her. He was like, nah, I'll do what I want. So I fucking threw him out the taxi, got out the taxi, and I said, yo, dickhead, you ain't...
She's showing... Let me give you a scenario, folks. Yeah? There's an argument going on in family. You're all in the same room, but you don't want to be involved. Yeah? So your attention is looking round. Let me find something to look at. I need to look over here or do this. Where's my phone? That is what Toni's showing, that she don't want to be there.
Getting back in that taxi, he punched me in the face 3 times, right? So I punched him back 3 times, yeah? And I popped his eye out of his face. I
Nothing to be proud of, Danny.
squashed his cheekbone that bad through them 3 punches that his eye come out onto his face. His eyeball was hanging on his now non-existent cheekbone.
She's struggling to accept this. Inside, she wants to shout out, shut up, you knobhead. But she's not going to.
Is that the truth, Toni?
Wow. Now that tells a story, doesn't it? Let's just rewind a little bit there and see that reaction again.
Now non-existent cheekbone. Is that the truth, Toni?
She's not an happy chappy, is she, our Toni? Or should I say, happy lady? No, she's not. She's put in a situation she don't want to be in. But she puts up and shuts up, you know? Probably thinks to herself, well, what kind of life would I have outside this? Now, social media is everything to Danny. It's his life. It's everything. He wants to make a living out of it. Now, they're here on holiday, and they're out for a few drinks, bit of a jig. You know, enjoy yourself, chill. And Danny's wanting to go on to live social media.
Thank you, Husky. Thank you for the donation from the nation, Husky. Thank you. What's good to give us a donation, bub?
Thank you, Oscar.
Holidays good, bro. Just chilling. Tony sat out at lunch, having a few beers.
Oh, if looks could kill. You see, she don't want to be in this situation. She's come on holiday thinking, I want a few drinks, a few beers. Enjoy myself, maybe have a dance, a bit of Elvis, a bit of, a Boney M. Let's get up there, have a dig. She likes reggae, don't she? Bit of UB40. Bit of UB40. But Danny is obsessed with the camera. Look at that. This is me. You see, she's in the background, and that's where Danny wants her, where she should be, according to him, But if you watch her, she's not interested in silly lives when she's on holiday. She's fed up, it's last, isn't she? She's fed up. So Danny thinks he'll solve it all by giving her a kiss. But he's straight back to the camera because that's where Danny belongs. It's where he belongs. It is, He's a star. He's a lol cow. Well, let me know, folks. Let me know what you think. He makes me laugh. He make you laugh. Tell me in the comments below. Tell me if he makes you laugh. Is he pathetic? Is he aggressive? Or is he just a fool? I think he's a lol cow. You tell me what you think of Danny G. And is Toni putting up with him? Is she just putting up with him? Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching. Godspeed, God love. Love you all to bits. And don't forget to subscribe. It means the world to me. Stay safe, stay strong, and I'll see you soon for another. Bye now.